right. Well, let's get started. This is a very special edition of Cat Yoga because we might have some chickens join us. We have Banu in the tall grass over there. The sound might not be great. We'll do the best we can. Start out meditating. We'll go through our warm-up ritual. Grasp your feet, lengthen your spine, take a deep breath, and exhale, fold over. On an inhale, slowly come up. Go into your camel ride. So exhale back and inhale forward. So as you come forward, jut your chest out like a chicken, and then as you go back, round your back like a turtle. Instead of going straight forward, straight back, make more of a wave motion with your spine. This is more natural. And obviously we're outdoors with chickens and cats, and so we want to be as natural as possible, not robotic like a machine. Massage your feet, stretch your toes. If you feel that rolling movement, that wave movement, see if you can reverse it and roll the opposite direction. So if the chickens are in the foreground, you'll probably lose focus of me, but you've seen me before, so you don't need to see me. Also, when we do our standing poses, you may lose my head, which is not such a bad thing. So we'll figure it out. Anyway, do one more of these. Loosening your spine, warming the spine up. And then next time you come to the front, release your feet, lay your hands on your knees, go around in a circle. Uh-oh, Fauna's shaking the camera. Bad Fauna. Come here, Rita. Look at that. What's that? Oh, it's a good girl, Rita. Let's see, where were we? Oh, yeah. Oh, Rita. Hands to your heart. Maybe arms overhead. Let's go the other direction. Bring your hands back to your heart. Bring your hands back to your knees. Come here, girls. I'm afraid the chickens are just outside the shot. You just have to... Maybe you can hear them. One more time around. Come here, Becky. Okay, great. So let's fold our legs the other way. Tuck your feet. Sit tall. Walk your hands out. Come here, Fauna. Look what I got, Fauna. Looky, Fauna. On an inhale, come back up. Let's do our twist. Start with your hands to your heart, sit tall, lengthen the spine upward, take a deep breath, and then exhale, twist to one side. Inhale back to center, and exhale to the other side, go back and forth. can make a more bird-like movement, giant wings. All of our poses are going to be bird-like tonight or this afternoon. Next time you come out to one side, lower your arms and just stay there, relaxing, twisting gently. So if you can see, the blonde one is Becky, the speckled one is Coco, and the striped one is Fauna. And we'll inhale back to center, and then exhale out to the other side. And the white one is Banu. On an inhale, arms back to center, and then float your arms down. Shake your legs out. So if we were going to do one of our half forward folds, we might tuck our leg in here, but if you can see, the chicken wings go back. So we'll tuck our leg back like this, and then just walk your hands out your leg. Rita, Rita, come here. Don't you like that? That's Rita. Flex the foot. Let's come back up slowly. Let's switch legs. So this leg straightens out, this leg tucks back, and you can walk your hands out this leg as far as you care to go. You can tell by the sirens this is an urban nano farm. We're not out in the country, we're in Tucson, Arizona. Okay, let's come back up slowly. So then we'll do, instead of the thunderbolt poses we like to do, we'll do our first version of Garudasana, or I guess what I call the real eagle pose. It's not an eagle pose, it's the eagle god pose. So So we'll do a half of a thunderbolt. So sometimes Garuda is pictured in this half squat, and then the arms are either here in the Anjali Mudra or out like this. So it's up to you. And with the palms up, opening the chest and shoulders, and you can look up and arch your back. So we're going to do a couple of versions of that pose. So I'm going to bend the other leg now. You don't have to turn from side to side, I'm just doing it. So the other leg is bent either here or out to here, and then you can look up, arch your back if you want. Okay, that's sufficient. So then we will squat, any kind of squat you want. I'm going to do a wide-legged squat, and if you wanted to, in our bird theme, you could do a little duck walk. I recommend you transfer all your weight to one side, do a little step up. That's sufficient, at least for me. That's good enough for me. Some people could go back and forth all night long. Let's do our crow balance. That's our next bird pose. So remember, the elbows are on the inside of the knees, or at least that's where my center of gravity is. And I'll try not to tumble into the microphone here, but I'm gonna tip forward and just let my, I just need to get over my center of gravity and then pull my feet up. So from the side, it looks like this. And then I should technically be looking up, but my body doesn't do that. That changes my center of gravity, and then I go back down. So that's the crow, often confused with the crane. The crane is higher. What are you doing? Get out of here. So the crane is higher. My balance point was here. Now I'm going to put my knee here. So I'm going to be higher up. No hurry. And again, I can't really look up. It changes my center of gravity. But that's what I would be working on, is to not look down. That's the next step. So that's your crane. And then come to hanging forward bend. So you know, as soon as these chickens leave, Baby Monster's right over there. She's afraid to come over here. As soon as the chickens leave, we'll have cat yoga again. Bennu doesn't care. So hanging forward bend. And then walk your feet out sideways. And we'll do Skandasana, because Skandasana, Skanda is the god of war, not a chicken or a bird, but it looks very bird-like. Don't ask me why, but I mean the big wings. So this is the one where I'm going to shift over to this leg, bend this leg, straighten this leg, shift my weight, plant my hand, twist up. That's Skandasana, and then come over to the other side. We're going to go back and forth, so don't worry about the first one or two. A little more each time. Start to float from side to side rather than walking. How about one more to each side? Come back to center. Walk your feet in. So from hanging forward bend, let's do our Kundalini back bend, which looks very much like a giant bird. The first time you come up, bend your knees, please, and bring the arms out to the sides, palms up to here, and then down to here. So I'm going to back up so you can see me, but we're going to do this. Okay, excuse me, girls. Coco. Oh, wait. All right. So here. Exhale down, inhale up. Come here, Banu. How about two more? Last one. Take your time. And then here. Okay, great. So now, a couple of bird-based balances. Let's do, from China, this is the Cayman crane. Cayman is a form of Chinese yoga, and so I'm gonna turn obliquely so you can see what's going on. So I'm going to have my palms up, roll my palms under, and look down. Roll my palms up and look up slightly, and down. So just in case you can't see my head, I'm going to come over here. So now let's look for, over to one arm. Watch, I'm gonna, as I come down, I'm gonna look towards you. And then the next time I'm gonna look away from you. I'm looking away from you now. Next time I'm gonna look towards you. Next time I'm gonna look away from you. Okay, now, no more looking from side to side. We're at our balance. Okay, watch, I'll turn sideways. So here, and here, here, and here. One more time here, and here. Then let's switch legs. Here and here, forward, back. One more time. So that's the crane from Cayman. Now we can do the golden rooster stands on one leg. This is from Tai Chi. So again, I'll stand obliquely so you can see what's going on here. I'm going to engage my core here. I'm going to sit down and then pull up, press down, and then this hand is here just for stability. And we can switch. So in the Tai Chi form, we do this at least twice, back and forth. So we'll do, and in Tai Chi we don't do even numbers of things, but in yoga we do. So let's just do an even number, 2 on each side. Okay, great. So that's enough balancing. Let's do another Garudasana, and again, these are big heart openers. We're getting a lot of good heart and shoulder openers. So I can come closer because we'll be back down. So I'm going to come to a hanging forward bend. And then I'm going to step back to lunge. Stay away from my water. Not for you. Drop down to your knee. Okay, and then just like before, you can either have the hands to the heart or outstretched, looking up, arch your back. All right, back to here, curl the toes under, back to lunge, step up, step the other leg back, please, drop down to your knee, flatten your foot out, get your balance, bring your hands to your heart. Stay here or out like this. One more breath. Back to here. Here, curl the toes under, press back up, step up, move into downward facing dog. One more breath here. Drop down into child pose. I'm going to do an extended child pose so I don't have to put my head right in the dirt. Come on, cut it out. Cut it out. Okay, and then we will do a really interesting bird balance from down here. I'm going to bring one knee forward, doesn't really matter which. And then I'm gonna drop down, I'm gonna sweep my arms back, and then see if I can pick my back leg up, at least just the foot, and maybe bring my chest up a little bit too. So this counts as a balance. How about one more breath? Switch legs. Well, look who's here. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. She has to be very cautious. Yeah, I know. I'll protect you. I'll protect you. She thinks these chickens are out to get her. So let's see, what were we doing? Oh yeah, our bird balance. So I'm gonna come down and then let's see, bring my arms back, pick my back foot up, something like that. A little bit of a balance. And then switch legs again. Rita. And then we'll do our classic pigeon, okay? So this time I turn my leg crooked underneath me. It's not straight back. Crooked. There. And then come up to here. This is all you really need to do. But you might come up onto your knee here. And then engaging the lower abdomen to protect your back, we're going to come to here. Maybe pick your back foot up. Uh-oh. That ruined it. It was going so well. All right, good enough on this side. Let's switch legs. Okay, get your leg underneath you. And then settle down over that leg too to stretch it out a little bit. There goes Banu. I don't know if you can see him. Come here, Banu. What are you doing? And then, so you could come up a little bit and just stay here, sort of a half cobra. Or come up onto your knee, get stable here, and then join your hands behind your back, puff out your chest. This is your pigeon. And then maybe pick up the back foot, but that throws everything off, so if that ruins the pose for you, then you don't have to do that. That's good. Let's release. Come out onto our side, and for our side pose, we'll do our half moon bend. Come here, Banu. Come here. Boy, these cats are just doing everything they can to stay away from here. So remember our half moon bend. This bottom leg is bent, top leg is long, elbow under the shoulder. Here he comes. Come here, Banu. Come here. And we'll go up and down like this. Inhale up, exhale down. Come here, Banu. Oh boy. Cats can't resist yoga. It's too bad you can't see baby. She is so paranoid right now. She knows she likes being out here, but she's afraid these birds are going to all rush at her. So this is sort of swan-like. How about one more, and we'll come up as high as we can. What, Rita, what? Okay, let's do the other side. So it looks like I'm just doing a side plank, but I am trying to come hyperextend up. It just, you can barely see it. This is supposed to be higher up than my plank to get a side bend, because this is the only real good side bend we got. So come up one more time, make sure you can feel that side bend. And then, so just in case you didn't feel the side bend on the other side, I'm just going to allow you to do one more on the other side, just in case you didn't realize this was going to be our only side bend of the day. What? All right. So remember the eagle or the Garuda poses we've done were based on Hindu mythology, and they're not the classic Hatha eagle pose, but the classic Hatha eagle pose is very advanced anyway, but we do it from down on the floor, so it's much easier that way. So we'll get to that, but we'll just do one more pose that is bird influenced, and it's the peacock pose, but the peacock pose is even more advanced. So we'll just do a modified peacock, and I'm turning obliquely again so you can see me better. There's baby. Finally she up, see? All right, our peacock pose, or as much as we're gonna do, and you feel free to do it if you want, but I start out like this. My hands loop under and come back to here. So this is actually a frog pose. And baby, don't go back there. And if I was going to do my peacock, I would come forward and put all my weight on my elbows and come up into this balance. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to come forward and maybe actually slide my hands back, drop down to my chin. And without struggling, I'm just going to relax and allow my body to undo that, come back to where I was. So that is the beginning of the peacock, and that's all you really need to do. So let's lay on our back, and we'll do our reclining eagle, which is normally done standing up as a balance. So done it before, you know it. If not, so first hug your knees to your chest, and then we'll wrap one leg around the other, hook the foot behind the ankle, it'll all stay together, and then wrap one arm around the other, and then take a breath, and on the exhale bring the elbow to the knee and breathe here. Be glad you're not balancing on one leg right now. Standing up. Take one more breath. relax, and then recoil the legs the other way, recoil the arms the other way. Take a nice deep breath, exhale the elbow to the knees or the knees to the elbow or both. And relax, uncoil the legs, uncoil the arms. Ready for our final twist. Hug your knees to your chest. Bring your arms out to the sides. Drop the knees to one side and the head to the other. Very slowly, bring the knees over to the other side. The head goes to the other side as well. Slowly come back to center. So the question is, can we meditate in this noisy urban environment? And the answer is yes, because think of the built environment as just another ecological niche. And the sounds of the built environment, they have all their own tempos and meanings and ranges and pitches, and even the sounds together make chords and compositions. So the built environment is, like it or not, it's a legitimate natural environment. So in other words, you could imagine that if you were out in the rainforest, it would be just as noisy, except for it would be tree frogs and birds, but it would be just as noisy. So take one more breath when you're ready, and exhale, collapse down into your corpse pose and go into your favorite meditation, and hope that my head is not resting on chicken poop. Let's take a deep, reawakening breath. Roll onto your side. Come into a fetal position like a baby. Support your head. Slowly come up to sitting with your hands to your heart. The only bird quote that I know from the world of yoga is from the Yoga Sutras, 400 BC. One cannot change the whole world, but you can change yourself and feel as free as the birds. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's been a real pleasure to practice outdoors with you, with the cats and the chickens, and we will be outdoors ourselves together again before long. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.